Now moving on to the rear lower control arms. On this GSR, this has ABS. So you're going to need to remove two 10mm. There's one right here. Second one is right there. We need to get that removed from the lower control arm because we are pulling completely the lower control arm from the entire car. After you have those both removed, on the reverse side, it's a 14mm bolt. Get the sway bar removed from the control arm, and then really easy to remove the rest. You got the first bolt here, second bolt there at the bottom of the shock, the third bolt which is connected to the trailing arm. Get that one removed, get all three of those removed, and you can drop the entire control arm. And that was it. Really easy. You got the two, just for refresher, two 10mm. You got the 14 for the sway bar, and the three 14 bolts, and this one is lowered. Now unfortunately the energy suspension kit doesn't come with any bushings for the little upper control arm, nor does it come with the rear trailing arm bushings, which you can see are already torn. Don't have the 17. Gabe ordered some hard race rear trailing arm bushings, and we're going to be installing those hopefully in the next week or two. We'll also do a small write-up on those. Once again, you're going to need some sort of mixture of sockets, your press. Go ahead and get all of the bushings pressed out from the rear lower control arms, and insert the new ones. The new ones are pretty easy because they're just two halves. You can kind of push them in on each side, push the cylinder in. You can use your press if you need to, but they're really easy to install. And we'll get these finished up, and I'll show you how they look after I have the bushings installed. Let me get this one pressed down. You'll see it press in, and it's slowly pushing it down. Got the perfect size sockets. That way the bushing slides into place, and you'll see it. It's almost done. Perfect. Loosen it up. Just like that. Relatively easy to get out. Just make sure you don't have anything that's too large because it'll get stuck in here. That's what you want to stay away from. And here I have the rear lower control arms completely finished. Very easy compared to the front. I was able to have both of these finished in the time Gabe was just able to take apart the front suspension. But those are finished right now. I just wanted to use that as a reference for the amount of time it takes. We have these go at the top of the shocks. These replace the bushings that are normally up here, but he has a complete coilover which has its own top hat, so we're not going to be using these, but we will save them. And if you do have a stock suspension or something that uses the stock top hat, you will need these. These are pretty easy to install. Well, once you get the shock off the car in the first place, when you're doing the front suspension, take those off and get both those popped in. They're very easy to replace.